Yo, welcome back to the Grady Podcast, talking about all things Grady. What's up, Grady?
Still no Grady, episode 18, thrown from the one, a.k.a. Grady Podcast, a.k.a. Dana White's Dirty Drawer Show, a.k.a. one of these times I'll get the other one that we came up with off air, I believe. We are back. Been less than a week since our last show, so that's pretty good for us.
3 days.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of work on two extreme sides of the same spectrum here. NBA opening night seemed like a fitting time for a show. We had some NFL stuff yesterday to cover. 2 days ago, full Sunday worth of football yesterday. A game.
2 days ago. A full Sunday worth of football was 2 days ago.
That's what I said.
You said yesterday.
I corrected. That's why I was correcting myself to say that.
No, but then you said yesterday again.
I said another game yesterday.
All right, walk.
All right, Jeremy, do you want to do the intro to the podcast?
What?
Do you want to do the intro?
What intro?
That I was doing. Do you want to set the table?
No. Go ahead.
Okay.
Patriots.
All right.
Chiefs, Patriots, go Chefs.
Yeah, table set. Go. The conclusion to episode 17. Go Chiefs. Pats 43, Chiefs 40. No one could stop anybody, and they raced up and down the field. Actually kind of garbage game, but super fun to watch, and good result for the Patriots. End of the day, I feel bad about their defense still, but I think they're winning the AFC at this point.
Yeah, bad fantasy result for me, Walk.
And a bad fantasy result for you, for sure. Hilariously bad from my perspective watching the game here. Because everything that happened that was good for the Patriots, basically, it seemed like was bad for you.
And Tyreek
Hill, which when Tyreek Hill happened,
Tyreek Hill happened.
It just happened, yeah. There was
like
nothing
Bill
anyone
Belichick said.
Like, Duron Harmon could have played it better, but at the same time, it's like you're gonna give up one of those. I'd be more concerned.
3 of those.
Well, yeah. I'm more concerned about the fact that the whole rest of the game, they just basically put up no resistance. I mean, the Patriots...
They only had like 9 points at half.
Well, yeah, because what's-his-face? Mahomes missed multiple tuds on their first drive when they punted, which was their only punt of the game. Patriots had no punts. The Chiefs' only punt was their first drive.
That's good football, Walk.
Yeah, and then their subsequent 3 drives, the Patriots held them to field goals in the red zone on all of them. But, I mean, it easily could have been. That's the thing. That game could have been a Patriots blowout, but it also could have been like almost not a Chiefs blowout, but I feel like the Chiefs could have won that game by a touchdown or two, honestly, if they would have capitalized.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's hard to, I don't know. It's hard to say the result wasn't fair when both teams pretty much scored on every drive. It's just like, it's like a baseball season. You're going to figure out who's better in that game.
You've been the resident Sony Michel hater. You feeling better, dude? 120-2.
He looks, I mean, I'm maybe a little bit better, but at the same time, like, he doesn't look that much better. Maybe he looks a little bit better is what I'm saying, but to me it's just been he's had 100-yard performances now. Their O-line looks great. They're blocking. They put him in there with James Devlin, and he runs on Devlin's hip, and Devlin, the fullback, smashes people. They run him behind Gronk, and they look good. James White's averaging 6 yards per carry. I don't think it's Sony Michel. I think the Patriots' rushing attack right now is just it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
There are huge holes. Most plays. So he had a couple runs in Sunday's game where I was actually like, yep, good hard run. Stuck his nose in there. He didn't run anybody over, but got through a small hole, found his way to a first down, found his way into the end zone. Whereas in the last games, it would have been him running towards the sideline, waiting for a freeway to cut through.
A freeway?
A freeway-sized gap.
That's large.
He needs large, or he needed large. That part was encouraging because he was better about that on Sunday.
Yeah, he made it through some tiny holes. How do you think? Do you think the defense is good enough? I mean, it was the Chiefs, but 40 points is a lot of points.
So, 40 points is.
And as you said, it could have been more.
Yeah, it definitely could have been more.
Could have had 100. If the Chiefs would have made some opportunities come through, like it could have been a 100-point game.
Oh, it could. Yeah, no, exactly, 100%. Both teams easily could have. I mean, I would say it's more likely that either team could have scored 50, but yeah, both could have scored 50 plus in that game if things would have went not that much differently. I would say the defense is good enough to win them the AFC at this point.
The Jags defense blows.
The Jags in general, I think it might be over. It was fun while it lasted, but
they got to get Fournette back.
How big I mean, really, they got to get Fournette back, and then what? They're a totally different team. They're a different team offensively. They're a better team offensively with Fournette, but at the same time, what is he gonna do for him?
Keep the terrible defense off the field.
I guess. I mean that. Also,
I mean, a lot of the points have been off turnovers. Like, I mean, they've been getting cut up by, like butter. Don't get me wrong, but Blake Bortles has had like 2 pick sixes and like 2 other turnovers on his side of the field in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, so keeping the ball out of Bortles' hand, I was gonna say, is almost as important as keeping it away from the other offense for them.
Well, right now you're putting it in TJ Yeldon's hands, then.
Yeah, so Fournette, fair point. It's significant from a ball control perspective, but I think there's greater problems there at this point. And they're healthy on defense, right? They're not missing anybody.
No.
They're just not doing their thing.
Yep.
And they played pretty well against the Pats, week 2. They looked good. But
week 2, that was so long ago.
I know, and the Pats look terrible, and now all of a sudden, I've it happened to me again. I've forgotten about how terrible I felt. Sort of. I'm still bitter, but none of I don't know.
Josh Gordon warming your heart.
Josh Gordon is warming my heart. I like that. He makes. Oh,
you like that?
I do. I'm not gonna hit the sounder. Dude, it's too hard for me to look at my. It's too hard for me to look at my laptop, man, and do the little mouse thing, and nobody even listens. Sounders anyway. Anyway, Josh Gordon is getting me very excited. I think basically what he's been doing is all I need him to do for them. A couple plays a game. Just make a couple plays a game and be there.
I think that's a lot of untapped potential.
Well, so the more the merrier, but at the same time, I have to think that he's going to be limited by the disciplinary side of things and how much they trust and like him, and then how much of the playbook he can learn. But other than that, he should be on the field.
Why is it taking this guy so long to learn the playbook?
It takes, dude, a lot of wide receivers can't learn their playbook. It's historically, it's one of the hardest, the positions where they have the least success bringing in free agents who have good track records is wide receiver. A lot of guys can't pick it up, actually. Because most NFL teams will tell their receivers, on average, it's like a college route tree, and then they have NFL plays. That's a more complicated set and everything, but it's like these guys just need to know their route trees and their what's the word I'm looking for? Their the way their routes interact with like the other guys on their side and everything. Whereas the Patriots offense, it's like they want you to be making reads. Almost every route is some kind of option route, and you need to make the right read because Brady's going to throw it to like where you should be, not where you are. So you need to be getting there, and it's hard. I mean, I just think it's hard for a lot of guys. I thought it was
making excuses.
I'm not making excuses. I think it's encouraging that he's been in this much. No, I mean, really, a lot of guys have trouble with it. They cut, like Reggie Wayne, all the veteran guys they've taken shots on at the end of their careers have come in. It's been too hard, and they haven't made it. Chad Ochocinco had a lot of trouble picking up the offense.
Yeah. Well,
No, say what you will. Say what you will about Chad, but
I was gonna say he was old. Very.
that is fair. But that wasn't the problem.
The Seahawks had Jerry Rice.
I know.
And cut him.
I know. But
Because
no,
he was
no.
old.
Chad's physical ability wasn't the problem though. When he was with the Patriots briefly, he played for him. But like early in the season, I'm saying he actually was limited in the amount he was playing because he didn't know the plays. He couldn't get the playbook. And in training camp, it was a story all through training camp the year that he was there, that he was struggling to pick up the playbook. And he's, again, say what you will about the guy, but he's known in NFL circles, or he was, I guess, to be a pretty smart receiver, pretty high football IQ guy. Buzzwords. Speaking
of smart football guys, did you know Ryan Fitzpatrick scored the highest score ever on what's that famous
Wonderlic.
test? Yeah, the Wonderlic test. He got 48 out of 50.
I thought he got a perfect.
I think he got 48 out of 50. But and maybe he wasn't even the highest ever, but the highest quarterback ever.
I think he got a perfect, and I'm pretty sure it's been done, but not by quarterback. Yeah, but I mean, who cares? Where did that even come from?
You were talking about smart people like Chad Ochocinco.
So we
the man who changed his name to Spanish numbers.
Well, 2 different Spanish numbers in sequence, not even his football number.
85.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeremy. That was pretty good. He did get a 48 out of 50.
Yep.
And oh wow, Ben Watson got a 48 out of 50.
Genius.
I don't know how that guy is still in the league. Super Bowl champion Ben Watson, I should say. Yeah, there's been 4 48s, a 49, and Pat McAnally, a punter, has had a 50.
Wow.
Sweet. It's mostly QBs up there.
Makes sense.
Blaine Gabbert, a cool 43 for Eric Decker. Not very exciting, this list.
Cool.
I will say there are a fair amount of guys up here who you say, like, oh, yeah, pretty smart player. There's also a lot of guys who you don't know who they are, and then, like, the whole middle part of the list is all quarterbacks, basically.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Tannehill.
Yeah, I knew that.
Tannehill had a better one than Brady.
Speaking of teams that really suck, the Titans, 11 sacks. Marcus Mariota, is he done?
He's going to be very shortly if they keep having games like that.
Yeah, that was pretty trash. Who are they playing? The Ravens. I mean, the Ravens are definitely one of the better D's in the league, but that 11 sacks.
They're not 11 sacks good. Yeah. Franchise record 11 sacks.
I mean, he had 10 completions and 11 sacks.
Yeah, that's ruthless. That's like a bad high school game. That's
a real bad one.
Yeah, that shouldn't be allowed. Should mercy rule that. I don't know. I'm not gonna say he's done. The guy is still.
He's coming off an injury too.
Yeah,
but it just, I don't know. It looked like he wasn't making decisions on time.
But again, is he the problem there?
I would say 6 out of 10 or 6 out of 11 sacks are on him. He definitely shares a good amount of burden to bear.
Yeah, that's probably fair. I didn't watch that game, but
I saw the condensed version. Walk.
I trust you, and that does sound fair to me, honestly. I hesitate to say that he's done, but
finished. Finito.
No.
Got him.
Calm down, Jeremy.
Got him.
No. He's okay. You spelled Chiefs wrong on the topics list.
Chefs.
No. Like, you put an I in it still.
Chefs.
Chiefs. So,
The Raiders also really suck. Really, really suck.
I was going to start by saying that the Seahawks are looking cool, smiley face. But yeah, the Raiders do really suck.
The Raiders suck first.
Okay. Well,
Is
it's kind of
Derek
the same.
Carr?
It's
Is
kind
he
of the same
done?
topic. It's kind of
Is
the
he
same
finished?
topic. Yes.
Finito.
Yeah. Yes. Well, qualify. He is I mean, he's peaked, I would say. I don't know. I mean, not done. He's going to be this now forever. But yeah, he's not.
The third highest paid this in the league.
Yeah, him and Flacco.
He's a lot higher paid than Flacco now.
He wasn't when Flacco signed his deal, though. That's how it works.
Well,
and
yeah,
by the time his deal's up, he'll
Flacco
be.
signed his deal like 3 or 4 years ago now.
Yeah, and by the time Carr's deal's up, he'll be just a mediocre this at the, top end of the spectrum, but not the highest.
I'd rather have Joe Flacco right now.
Well,
he's been a better this than that.
Yeah, that has been pretty bad, but I do think Carr can be like a little bit better than what he's been this year, and
he sucked last year.
He's pretty bad last year too.
That's a year and a third of suck.
He might be done. It might be finito.
It might be the longest ever Fitzmagic con ever.
I would say kind of different thing, but bigger. No, it's not a bigger problem actually. That is a way bigger problem. But they're that Raiders team has a lot of problems. I mean, they're going
when you're terrible and you're the oldest team in the league.
They're going into Las Vegas and like
terrible.
How are you gonna generate hype with John Gruden wig/visor novelty combos?
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be super interesting. I mean, I think the thing about being in Vegas is you'll always be able to fill the fans stands somewhat because like people will do it because they're there. But like,
so
will they actually be able to build up a fandom ship other than the like 30,000 tourists that show up for the game?
I have questions about both actually. I mean, I think they'll sell out the games, but I don't know about long term. Okay, so
I was saying not even long term. I'm just saying they're gonna have like, they'll always have like at least a half full stadium because people will come and do, even if they're like a 1-15 team,
Well, yeah. So to an extent, I would say that's true, but also NFL tickets are expensive, like even for bad teams.
Yeah, but you're in Vegas, baby.
No, it is, and I would say the tickets are probably going to be priced accordingly, though.
Well, if they're not selling tickets, they're going to have to drop those prices there, Walk.
That is true.
Economics.
Yes, we will see, but I don't know. I think in the short term, they're going to have some hype because they're the new team, but I think that's going to die off pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then
they play this season and next in Oakland, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I guess they also have some time to kind of try and turn it around, get things going in the right direction.
Yeah, I don't think Marshawn's coming back another year.
Well, he's not. He has no bearing on their long-term fortunes either way. So
he's their only good player right now.
Well, yeah, but he's an old running back. Like, what are you gonna build the future around Marshawn in Vegas?
Run him till he's 38 years old.
Frank Gore.
Yeah, dude, Frank Gore. There you go. He had a good game.
I love League.
I love League too. How about that Bears Dolphins game, Walk? That was pretty cray-cray.
That Bears Dolphins game, the Brock Star went ham. That
Party
was pretty cool.
like a Brock Star.
Yep. I didn't watch it really.
But you know what happened, right?
Somebody missed a kick, right?
Worse. So.
Oh, Kenyon Barner. That's right.
Kenyon Drake.
Kenyon Barner plays for the Patriots.
Kenyon Drake fumbled at the goal line.
Yeah, that's right.
The Bears went down and missed a kick.
Yep.
And then the Dolphins came back and kicked a field goal.
Yep. That's right.
And Kenyon Drake cried like a little baby.
I don't blame him. That'd be pretty lame.
He was like head down. No, like after they won. He's
yeah,
like
no, I know. That's what I'm
head
saying.
down on the sideline, like face to the turf with a towel over his head, weeping.
That's what it's all about, Jeremy. That and equipment guys getting championship rings.
Yep.
Spoiler alert, we're watching Golden State Warriors take on the Thunder right now. Just watch a beautiful Celtics victory.
We still have more football walk.
Jeremy, I'm not going to basketball. I'm just giving people a look in.
We gotta talk about the Seahawks.
Have we even said that we're on the couch?
No.
We're back on the couch.
We always on the couch.
This might be where we do the podcast this season.
Couchcast.
To be honest. It's pretty cramped in the studio room.
It's all Ian's fault.
It's nice to sprawl.
It's Ian's fault.
It's not Ian's fault.
It's Ian's fault.
No. It's fine for people to have more space than inanimate objects.
No.
It's not his fault.
Not Ian.
All right. Well, we can take that up with him later, I guess.
Ian, move. You're in the way of the chair.
We're joined once again by Alex Wong, inhabitant of the... We don't have a name for the house, really, this
Stabbin'
year.
Cabin.
I guess it's still the Stabbin' Cabin. What's up, Wong?
Hi.
Good stuff.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, Alex is here. So, I don't know. What
Shout out Peace Salad. Shout out Mom. Shout out Moths.
Mothboy Click.
Moth Gang.
Yep. That's our thing now.
The Seahawks are my thing. Walk.
Yeah, they look cool, right, Jeremy?
Yeah. And
They can run the ball now, or
the
what?
opposite side of the Raiders sucking was the Seahawks gooding.
I don't know. I wouldn't even say it was the opposite side, though, because let's take the Seahawks gooding with a little grain of the Raiders sucking.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really pay that much attention to that game, to be honest. That was a noise game until the end for me, the Seahawks game.
Bottom line was everything worked. Actually, well, you know,
And nothing
going back
for the
to
Raiders.
going back to our discussion we had last week, where you were talking about how we can't always, run the ball like that. We actually weren't running the ball as efficiently. We still ran the ball fine. We had like 150 yards overall.
Russ had over 200 passing yards.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say.
It's lit.
Was this game we did air it out, and even though
Airing it out, 220 passing yards.
225 walk,
Okay.
3 touchdowns, most importantly.
Airing it out.
And Doug Baldwin got back into things with like
Did he?
95 yards on 6 receptions.
Oh, wow. So he literally doubled. Alex was talking to me about this before the game, so he literally doubled his season production then, huh?
Yeah,
Because he had, a catch before that.
2.
2 catches before that. So do you think he's done?
No.
Finito.
No.
No? Why does he only have 2 catches on the year?
He doesn't. He just had 6.
Okay, why does he have 8 catches on the year? That's not even that much better.
Because he sprained his MCL.
How many games did he miss?
He missed the first 4 games.
Oh.
And he came into the season with a bad hamstring.
I didn't know he missed the first 4 games.
Yeah.
So that changes my whole thing here. Never mind. All right, so he's not done.
First 3 games.
I don't care. I believe that he's not done. What else? What else is the notable from the Seahawks game? John Gruden.
Angry.
He sucks.
Derek Carr got hurt.
It's his own fault. Derek Carr got hurt?
He was.
Amari Cooper sure did.
Yeah, and Seth Roberts.
Yeah.
But
Walloped.
well, he was grabbing at his left arm on the last sack Frank Clark got with like 4 minutes left, and he looked like he was crying.
Throwing arm?
No, other arm.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
He's a crier. He's a Matt Stafford type of guy. He's a squealer and a crier, I think.
I can play. I can play.
I can play if you need, I can play if you need me, coach.
I can throw the ball.
I can throw the ball if you. That's one of my favorite sound effects. I tried so hard to find basically any clips from that entire sound effects to put on the soundboard, but they all have the NFL Films music over them. It's super obnoxious. I don't blame them, but I really wanted the squeal, when he first goes down.
He's hardcore.
He is. Anyway, I think Derek Carr is a crier like him, basically, is what I'm saying. John Gruden was angry, but I also think it's basically 50% his fault, at least.
Just like 9 years and 200 more days left, Walk.
I mean, there is no way. What is the deal with guaranteed money? Like, because they're going to fire him. There's no way he's going to term. Not even close.
If they go like 2-14 or 3-13 this season, what do they do?
Oh, I mean, I would have fired him already, but I never would have hired him. So, I don't know. I don't think you can. But that's the thing is, like, what are they gonna do now? They're gonna fire their coach and come into Vegas with a brand new head coach in a couple years. Is the plan here? Like, now that they're painting themselves into a corner is what they're doing, and it's a dumb, scary John Gruden corner, where everyone's going to the Hall of Fame.
And everyone's old.
Yeah. Oh, Chris Collinsworth the other night, dude. Who was it that he was putting in the Hall of Fame? Oh, yeah, Cordero Patterson. Collinsworth. And he's really a guy that when you talk about the history of our league, one of the great just runners with the football. One of the great runners with the football in the history of our league, Cordero Patterson. And then he
looks pretty sick with those dreads flying behind him. Walk like a cape.
Jeremy, he's
motherfucking superhero.
He's played in like 30 games in 5 seasons or whatever. And Collinsworth then went on to talk about how, and then he like realized how ridiculous he was being, I think, because he goes, just electric in the return game. You just, all the run backs, all the touchdowns we've seen from him bringing the ball back there. It is like, it's not Devin Hester. I'm pretty sure Cordero Patterson has like 2 kickoff return touchdowns. Like, how many could he possibly have? 4?
He's no Josh Cribbs.
Josh Cribbs. That was a solid mid to late 2000s football reference.
Yeah, dude, Josh Cribbs was dope.
He was indeed.
Browns.
Good punt returner, good Brown.
Back in the glory days.
Pretty good Jet as well.
5-win seasons.
Yep.
Good days.
Competing. Peyton Hillis.
Trent Dilfer.
Trent Dilfer.
That was before that.
Yeah, that was before that.
Brady Quinn.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's time appropriate.
Brady Quinn's pretty time appropriate. Do you want to talk about what is all this? Why is there arrows pointing to the Steelers, Bengals, Le'Veon, and the Raiders?
Don't worry about it.
There's Illuminati boy kisser notes on our event sheet.
Don't worry about it. Tom Brady may be Illuminati, and we do know, in fact, he is a boy kisser.
And why does it say Tom Brady kisses boys at the bottom?
Because he does, Walker.
We don't.
I didn't write it. Tom Brady wrote it.
Okay, so do you want to talk about the Bengals, the Steelers, Le'Veon, the Raiders?
We talked about the Raiders.
Well, you have it on here twice.
Yeah,
And there's arrows drawn to everything, so I can't tell if there's some connection that you want to.
No, just keep going, Walker. What's the next subject of discussion?
The Packers almost blowing it, Jeremy.
Well, the Niners blowing it.
Well, you wrote the Packers almost blowing it.
Whatever. Hey, Aaron, how about that?
Yeah, he did an Aaron game. Big deal.
What?
Did anybody not see it coming? With CJ Beathard across from him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have anything to say about that one. Except for, holy cow, Devontae Adams has the most touchdowns in the league since he entered the league,
'Cause
receiving
he's
touchdowns. Dude, I
He's the
didn't
best
even,
end zone target in the league.
how did I not even know that Devontae Adams got, like, this good?
I don't know. 'Cause you're an AFC elitist.
Ah, yes, the AFC, home of the AFC South and the AFC East.
Both great divisions walk.
Yes, indeed. Yes, home of the Patriots seasonally slot in the AFC Championship. I am a fan of that. All right, what else you got on the Packers?
I don't know. They're 3-2-1, so I mean they're certainly in there. But that they play the Rams, and then they play
Loss.
the Seahawks in Seattle,
Game.
and then they play the Dolphins at home,
Win.
and then they play the Patriots.
Loss.
Yeah.
So
So that's a potential 3 out of 4 of next losses.
that'll be interesting.
The Seahawks game is also a Thursday night game.
That'll be interesting for sure. In Seattle, you said?
Yeah.
Very interesting. Speaking of mediocre records, the Bengals lost to the Steelers, so the whole AFC is just a muddle of 3-3, basically in the middle.
The Bengals are 4-2.
The Bengals are 4 they were really
Yep.
they were 4-1.
Yep.
Wow. Is that right?
Yep.
Either way, the I mean, they'll find their place. Water will find its level. The Bengals will 500 out.
Not if Andy Dalton evaporates it with his hair.
True. I don't know. I don't like the Bengals this season to do anything more than regular old Bengals stuff, honestly. Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers pass them up in that division for sure.
They're only 1 game back now, having the tiebreaker.
I don't think. So the tiebreakers, to me in the AFC, that Pats-Chiefs game, the Patriots winning that is so big for them in chasing the Chiefs for the number 1 seed, and everything else behind them is not really going to matter, I don't think, because I think all roads are going to run through whichever one of them gets it, and it's just going to be those two probably in the championship.
Yeah, likely, but the Chiefs are the Chiefs.
They are the Chiefs, and the Pats are
and if
infinitely flawed.
Ever reports.
It's true, and there could be, I mean, with all the way it's going this year, there could be some teams that are around the playoffs, the Jags, the Steelers, all these teams could still be really dangerous come playoff time.
The Jags suck.
No, they could.
Blake Bortles sucks. Jalen Ramsey sucks.
He does not. He talks too much, but he doesn't suck. Just a corner. That's
Leonard Fournette, wuss.
True. Fragile. That part is 100% true. What do you got on Des Bryant, Jeremy?
He's still not signed yet. Breaking news.
Yeah, you know why? Because he's old and can't catch the ball anymore, and he wants way too much money.
Yeah, but do you really think he's not even willing to go down to what teams are going to pay for him? He'd rather just be chilling at home.
That's why he hasn't signed.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Or does he just suck?
Well, he does suck, but you don't think anyone has said, yeah, you can play for us for the veteran minimum. But that's what I'm saying. That's what he's worth. So that's why
veteran minimum.
Yeah, so that's why he
still
hasn't
had
signed.
800 yards last year.
I don't even think that's true. And and on a bajilly targets.
That's true.
Dude, he can't catch. He doesn't really run routes.
Throwing up the X.
I will say that he does kind of fight for the ball still.
He can still catch an end zone target.
But he's not that big. He's not that athletic these days.
He's still as big as he always was, Walk. He hasn't shrunk.
Josh Gordon's bigger.
Taller or bigger?
Bigger.
I don't know about that.
Oh,
I feel like Dez has some thick on him.
Dez is listed at 220. Gordon is listed at 225.
Fair. But how much taller is Josh Gordon?
An inch.
Nah.
I think he's bigger.
Nah.
I think he's bigger.
Well, he is 5 pounds and 1 inch bigger.
Dez did have 800. Oh, he actually had a pretty good season by his standards recently in terms of catch percentage as well, too. But still, last year he had 69 catches on 132 targets.
That's real bad, Walk.
That's a lot of targets, Jeremy. 132 targets.
Yeah, that's just over 50%.
So, like, to get him 69 catches and 800 yards with 6 tuds, it took feeding him. That's unacceptable.
I wouldn't say that's feeding.
132 targets?
That's like 7.5 targets a game.
Okay, so who would you think of as, like, the number, like, who's the first guy that comes to mind for possession receiver in the league today? A guy who you would feed?
That's a good question. Wes Welker.
Antonio Brown had 163 targets.
He's a
last
Wes
year.
Welker kind of guy.
So AB last year had 30 more targets than Dez. That's not like, I guess that's a significant number more for sure.
Look up how many targets Jarvis Landry had last year.
Okay, that's fair. Jarvis Landry is garbage. Jarvis Landry last year. For the Dolphins, had 161 targets. So 30 less than like the true top guys for their teams.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, that's 130. That's like, okay, so what about the next tier down guys? Like, who's a really good? Dez would be like a Deshaun Jackson for your team, but in a different role. He's an end zone guy instead of a speed guy in his role for you.
Yeah.
D-Jax last year.
The Seahawks should cut Brandon Marshall on that.
So Deshaun Jackson last year had 50 catches on 90 targets for 700 yards last year.
That's a D-Jax line.
It's a lot better, though.
Yeah.
Like, and he's got to be making, I mean, he's got to still be making around what Dez is asking now. So that's my thing. Anyway, that's my thing. I'm not signing Dez for any money. So if he'll take nothing, fine. We can see, but it's going to be no guaranteed money because I might cut you if you're a problem.
If you mow the lawn.
Yeah. Laundry. Do the Jarvis laundry.
Jarvis Laundry.
You got any other NFL thoughts, Jeremy?
If Deshaun Jackson could have scooped up that pass, the Bucks would have won, and that would have been real cool.
True. Speaking of Deshaun Jackson, pretty cool little lateral schoolyard play at the end of the Bucks Falcons game.
Could have put the Falcons to 1-5, which would have made me laugh.
I would like that. I would like that. Makes me happy seeing
They're
the Falcons.
still not going to make the playoffs.
I don't care. Either way, they'll get bounced if they do. They're garbage.
No, they're 2-4, and their defensive backfield is an absolute disaster.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, defensive backfields that aren't a disaster. We have the Seahawks have the highest rated safety tandem in the NFL.
Yeah, it seems like both of their heirs are panning out thus far for sure.
Yep.
Maybe not to be the guys they're replacing, but that's not what you were looking for.
We're laying the boom though, Walk.
They are. Yeah.
We gave 2 guys KO grade concussions.
They sure did.
We've knocked out 4 receivers in the last 2 weeks. Two each week.
They have been dealing the traumatic brain injuries. That is
Fuck
true.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Cup, out of here.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks, get out of here.
Yeah, I can't
Mark
argue with
Cooper,
that.
get out of here. Seth Roberts, you gone.
Let's take a break.
Okay.
We're back with the bottom of the 8th inning of Game 4 of the NLCS. Just jumping into it because we've been sitting watching it during the break. 1-1 game. Runners on first and third for the Dodgers with old-ass Matt Kemp at the plate.
And 2 outs.
Yep, 2 outs.
Big at bat here, Walk.
Yep. With
Series decider.
I wouldn't quite go that far, but this is a big at bat. It could be potentially.
Ooh,
And a
strike 2.
big whiff for Kemp.
97 right down the pipe.
I figure we should finish up baseball while this is going on.
Word.
Start baseball and finish it up, I guess, but just get it out of the way.
Yep.
Okay. I guess you don't have. Do you want any glaring thoughts at this point? Probably.
Let's jump into your socks, dude.
Pretty good today, I guess.
JBJ.
Yeah. So they might actually beat the Astros. I think I freaked out on the last podcast and said they were gonna get swept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic Walk, freaking out.
I was freaking out for sure.
Chris Sale is sick, though.
So, yeah.
Was there any update on that today?
He's going to have a bullpen session before Game 5 to determine whether or not he's making his start. Which, inherently,
I feel like if it's a stomach issue, like, what does the bullpen session tell you?
Well, it depends, because if it's a bad, like if he's got a stomach flu thing going on, then like he might not be able to get rehydrated enough to where he can go out there, and if it tells whether or not he's gonna be able to get up and throw on the mound without making a David Price in his pants. For
just drink Gatorade,
many.
Tons of it, gallons and gallons.
It's gonna go right through him.
If you drink enough Gatorade, it cures cancer. You just have to drink enough of it.
And gives you diabetes.
And cures cancer. What would you rather have, Walker?
Possible.
Diabetes or cancer?
You make a good point, I will say. Anyway, I had a freak out. The Red Sox might beat the Astros. Chris Sale might, if basically, I don't think it matters anymore if he makes his start, because he's as much of a question mark as like all the Red Sox pitchers at this point. It could go either way every time he goes out there from here on out.
I don't know about that. I'd
But
still
look
rather have him on the mound than anyone else with the Red Sox starting pitchers.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's true, I guess. Yes, that's true. He's still better. I was having another little freak out, I think, about him.
The walls are moving in.
Well, it's lame. It is lame, Jeremy. Like if he was doing what look, David Ortiz on TV. If he was doing what he should be doing right now for the Red Sox, I feel like they'd be riding. I don't know.
What more do you want, Walk? They're up 2-1 in the ALCS against the Astros.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. And he's been like one of the few things that hasn't gone to plan. Like David Price and the bullpen being questionable to bad in the playoffs was expected. But what Sale, like, and the Yankee series was pretty good overall. There's really not much to complain about. But at this point, it's like, if Sale was going, then I would be right now. I would be saying, I think they'll beat any of these teams in a 7-game series at this point. But without him, I feel like it's a question, because their pitching on a night to night basis is going to be a hack job.
Yeah,
every night.
Yeah.
And Rick Porcello is going to have to come save the day out of the bullpen and pitch 3 days
There
a
we
week,
go.
including a start.
There we go.
So everyone gets it's the weird Oakland A's style Moneyball future. Everybody gets like 3 innings starts, and then they pitch 2 bullpen days a week in addition. And like it's gonna be weird and
It's
terrible.
like Little League.
And guess what the best part is?
Huh?
It takes forever. Literally forever. Dude, like all the games are 4 hours. All the playoff games so far.
That's baseball, baby.
When did this game start?
5:30.
Was it?
5 or 5:30. I think.
I'll look it up. It's 9:30 right now for
Must have been 5.
for the record.
Maybe 6.
So probably 5:30.
Who
yeah.
would you rather face?
Honestly, I don't know enough about.
Why are there so many empty seats? LA sports fans, dude.
Lame. Always have been.
There's literally the seats behind home plate are like half empty.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Not half empty, like quarter empty. What the heck?
There's a lot of space. That's not okay.
And the people there like don't even look like they're having a good time. It's not even like close to full. What the heck? What is this?
It's LA, man. Who cares? It's LA.
But there's supposed to be lots of Dodgers fans.
I think I would rather face the Dodgers.
Yeah. Why is that?
I was going to say the Dodgers just because I'd rather have the bigger name in the series because I'd want the most buzz possible if the Sox are in the World Series. Yeah. And that would be really fun, like Red Sox Dodgers. That has a lot of weight to the name of it. But at the same time, now looking at the rosters, I kind of think the Brewers are more talented.
Yeah.
Or like, if not more talented, their pitching is better.
That's probably true.
Which I think makes them a worse matchup for the Red Sox. Because like the Dodgers aren't going to outscore the Red Sox, I don't think. They're not going to beat the Red Sox at their own game.
They got a good amount of bats.
Yeah, but I don't. The Red Sox had
Manny Machado.
The Red Sox had the best lineup in the league in the majors all year.
That's
and
true.
Basically, right now it looks like they still do. I mean, look again tonight. They get 8 runs, 4 of them coming from Jackie Bradley Jr. of all people. But it's like every night they get it done.
Yeah.
They keep scoring.
Yeah.
I wonder what their runs per game is for the postseason right now because they just keep on scoring.
Yeah.
They need to because I'm sure they're giving up a bunch, but
only 2 today walked.
Yeah, today. So I listened the first half on the radio, which by the way I was on my way home. I didn't choose to listen on the radio, so don't be a dick about it. But
yeah, listeners.
No, I was talking to you, Jeremy.
No, yeah, listeners.
The listeners wouldn't be a dick. They don't even exist.
Sean's there.
Is he?
I don't know.
He's there on Facebook.
Sean, are you there?
By the way, should have said this in the beginning. If you're there, like us on Facebook at Throwing From the One. We post memes on there, sports memes, pretty good ones. Mostly about Tom Brady, honestly, I think.
Jay Cutler.
And yeah, I mean, it's the regular good stuff. And post the podcast there. It's a good way to find the podcast. Not that anyone who's hearing this isn't already good at finding podcasts because you're on Shout Engine. We'll get it on YouTube. We'll get it on YouTube, Jeremy.
You said the first one of this season was going on YouTube. Walk.
Darn it. I know, bud. No, not scheduled.
We made the channel and everything. You put an old man as the profile picture.
Oh yeah, we did make the channel. You know, that actually would not be that hard, Jeremy. Maybe we will post this one on YouTube.
Let's do it.
Breaking news, folks. This episode is going on YouTube.
10%
Most
chance.
likely, this is the first time we've said this enthusiastically since Grady. By the way, Grady, are you listening? Like us on... Grady doesn't... I don't even know if Grady likes us on Facebook.
Classic Grady.
Like our posts get like 4 likes. It's like me, you, Sean, my dad.
The crew.
Where's Grady? Like, yeah.
Busy swimming.
That's what they do in the Navy. You think he's just swimming?
Yeah.
Go swim and
With guns.
ride boats.
Swimming with guns.
Yeah, that is pretty Navy, I guess. I can't really argue with that. Postseason. American League team batting.
What you going through there, Walk?
I'm trying to find some. Well, this isn't really that helpful. But is there runs per game? There's not. I'm sorry, Jeremy. The stats website I found is terrible. The Red Sox do have the most runs through the postseason in the postseason so far. I mean, they're scoring.
There we go.
Yeah. I can't run the internet at the same time as podcasting. Not on this website, at least.
Who pitched for the Red Sox today?
What's his name? Evaldi. What is his first name?
Oh, he's the guy they traded for from the Rays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty good, I think, actually.
He gave up back-to-back home runs to the Astros earlier in the season.
Nathan Evaldi. Yeah, but he's been pretty good recently. And in the
Look at those Dodger blue towels waving, Walk. Whoop whoop.
Well, that looks sold out, actually.
Set behind home plate.
Yeah, but maybe people... No, there's...
It's just because they're standing.
There are some empty seats, but I think, I don't know, it looks like it's pretty much sold out. It's probably sold out. It's a playoff game. I don't know. That's pretty much all I got on baseball, honestly. It's the good time of year now, though.
Yep.
For baseball.
They're all in alignment.
This is what we've waited for 100,000 games, or how many games they play in a season.
Yeah. So you can watch these like 20 games.
What do you think about the NBA, Jeremy? It's pretty cool, huh?
He's only 20, Walk.
Folks, I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast since he turned 20, but Jason Tatum is 20 years old and already probably one of the best scorers in the NBA in my estimation.
And his hair is made of Flex Seal.
And he's got a Flex Seal fade. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Fresh.
It's fresh. That thing is plastered on, boy. It is not going anywhere.
Caked
On
thick.
there. Mm-hmm. It is. It's not thick. It's like, it's substantial,
solid.
but it's like only as much as it needs to be. And he's only 20, Jeremy. Do you understand?
I understand, Walker.
What did he finish with tonight? 23?
I'm not sure.
23 points?
Probably something like that.
Okay, so Jason Tatum this season, you know what? I didn't want to start like this. I didn't know. I didn't have plans for the NBA segment, but I think it's going to be all Jason Tatum. You shouldn't have said that.
Let's go.
Do you think he's going to average more points than his age throughout the season? So 20 and a half points this year.
Interesting. He'll be right there. I'm going to say... Oh, man, that's tough.
I'm going
just
no.
under.
Yeah. I'm going no just because there's too much there. And it's especially with Hayward coming back. And I think he was the leader tonight and he had 23 tonight. But to me, what stuck out in the Celtics win tonight was that they had bad games from Kyrie, Hayward. Brown played a lackluster game for most of the night, was pretty useless offensively. But at the same time, it's going to be one guy every night that gets going. They'll ride them, and then everyone else is just going to take what comes to them. And there's going to be nights where Tatum's going to have 15 points. It's just going to happen. And he's 20. He's only 20. So,
in case you forgot.
yeah.
I'd say that's a fair assessment. I don't know. I think a lot more nights than not, more than two of those guys are going to be on. But
they should, yeah.
yeah, it is hard to see them getting tested by the East.
And I will say, I'm not actually just going to gush about Tatum the whole time, but I will say tonight, Tatum looked good, dude. Like, I mean, there are a lot of times when he looks like the best player on the floor right now.
He's growing into his man body.
So he gained 7 pounds this offseason.
Yeah.
I can maybe see it. Can you see it? I don't know. I think he looks the same, but he does look
just like Jake Browning's Jack now walk.
I don't know. He did look really solid in his handle last year too, for his age in the very beginning. And then there was a couple times during the year where he would get a little squirrely and turn the ball over, and he was trying to dunk on everybody because Jaylen Brown was a bad influence on him.
Yeah.
Like the poster attempt on Embiid tonight. Oh my god.
Who cares about dubs? Dubs don't make Sports Center.
Dunks make Sports
Slams
Center.
make Sports
It's
Center.
true. Oh man, I'm excited. I am. I knew I was excited about the Celtics team, but watching that game, regular season basketball is gonna be fun this year. I never follow the regular season that closely on a night to night watching games basis, but I'm gonna watch every Celtics game I can watch basically because they're fun, man. They have a lot of players right now, very talented.
Yeah.
I'm excited, and the young guys, man. It makes me so happy.
I would be slightly worried about Gordon Hayward. He's older.
His play or his ego? Because I'm worried about his personality on the team.
Why do you say that?
They don't need his play.
Well, yeah,
they'll win they could win if he broke his leg again tonight. They would still go ahead and win the East this year.
Yeah,
honestly.
Snip.
Toronto, I don't know. I mean, Toronto might be better than last year, but I don't know by how much. And the Celtics should be better than they were last year. And I'm not worried about Toronto at this point. Well, we'll see.
Not worried about Kawhi and his laugh.
So talk to me in a month when Kawhi. You can't just prompt me for sounders when I'm
well, you're not gonna do it
when I'm reclining on the couch. Wait for something to actually come up involving Kawhi's laugh. No, I'm not. We'll talk to me in a month about Kawhi, and we'll see if he's MVP Kawhi, averaging 30 points a game and shutting people down to the point where the Celtics don't have that one wing a night that gets going, and it's all on Kyrie. Then maybe I'll be worried, but he's gonna have to be really good for me to be worried about the Raps.
Kyle Lowry doesn't get you shaking in your boots.
Not in the playoffs, he doesn't. They don't in the playoffs.
What about Victor Oladipo?
I like him. I like Oladipo, but no. I'm not, Jeremy. There's really nobody in the East that worries me. The Sixers, I mean, okay, so Joel Embiid tonight said after the Sixers lost to the Celtics, which ended up being, 15 points or something like that.
Yeah.
Embiid said that the Sixers-Celtics is not a rivalry. The Celtics kick our ass.
True.
Which is, true, but at the same time, I'm just not.
Why do you think that is?
They're more talented.
I mean, but do you not think... I guess
as a whole team, I don't mean talented is the wrong word. They're just better right now. They have more guys with better defined roles that fit better into their roles. Like the equivalent, I mean, they're bringing in Marcus Smart to do what CJ McCollum. No, what's not CJ McCollum's? What's his name? TJ McConnell is doing for the Sixers.
Yeah.
Just bigger, better version of him, except for the shooting, but that's not his job.
Yeah.
And then the Sixers bring in well, it's hard. It's weird to parallel the guys they have because they have guards. But the Sixers bring in Fultz, which is not like Terry's better than him. It's
How did Fultz play tonight?
honestly, I would say basically same as last year. It was he hit a couple pull-up jumpers, which looked like pretty smooth. Like, yeah.
One thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. But he also missed a couple free throws, which did not look very smooth.
He sucks so bad at free throws in college. He hit like
really?
64%.
Yeah, he looked like that type of free throw shooter tonight. Hit a couple pull-ups. He was decently active overall offensively and involved. And I didn't notice him on defense, which is probably a good sign for him at this point.
Yeah.
So decent, but also he really didn't get that much run actually compared to what I thought he would. So from Brett Brown, the lawyer. I don't know if he I just heard him talk for the first time tonight. It made me laugh really hard, honestly. Have you heard him talk?
No.
He talks like it's a very northeastern distinct accent, and it's very thick.
Thick.
And he lays it on there.
With 3 C's.
Triple C's. I'm the man.
Cool. I got any more Celtic stuff?
No, man, just stoked. Jason Tatum's 20 years old. Future's looking bright.
Yep, he is 20.
Yep, he's only 20.
Jimmy Butler is expected to suit up for the Wolves tomorrow, I think, is their game.
I hope he yells at them on the court again in the game.
You need me!
Yeah.
You fucking need me!
I am this fucking team.
Wiggins, you trash. Kyle, you trash.
You know, now that we mention it, I'm actually kind of excited for that to play out.
I hope
in
it's
the public
on TV.
eye. Yeah. We can Reddit stream that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Reddit/NBA streams.
Yep. All the /streams, dude.
For real. That's not how we're watching baseball right now.
Nope.
But this podcast has been brought to you by Reddit/MLB streams in the past.
My shit legal, man.
If you want to advertise with us, message us. Facebook at Throwing from the One. I'm kind of surprised we haven't had any luck on the advertising front to this point.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, plug the hockey team.
If you are a fan of mid-level amateur hockey, solidly mid-level, I will say, just sub NCAA.
We beat USC.
We did, yeah. So if you're into that type of thing, you can tune in. I don't have the schedule. Some Fridays and Saturday nights to Western Washington University Hockey Club YouTube channel. That's what you need to look up. And there's live stream there. Hockey games. It's a single camera broadcast.
And your boy walks on the commentary.
Yep, I call the games for you by myself. So if
play-by-play and color.
Yep, if throwing from the one doesn't provide enough of my voice, and you want to hear me instead of this setup, which I think we sound pretty good these days, if you want to hear me on a computer, a USB gaming headset from 2005,
sick.
Tune in Friday and Saturday nights. It's actually, honestly, Jeremy, I'm proud of the product at this point. It's pretty low budget, dude. Like I said,
$0.
It's yeah. Mm-hmm. It's one little camera
Unpaid.
up on top of like, there's no press box. It's just a concrete shelf in the rink. And this guy just sits up there with the camera. I'm down in between the penalty boxes. It's a lot of fun. You get to hear a lot of what goes on the ice, all of what happens in the penalty box. So every time players are trying to fight each other, you can hear them when they both go to the penalty box. It's awesome. And people have talked to me about if I want to move up by the camera, but
No.
I don't want to leave. Because the refs come up and tell the official scorers like what happened on everything, and they're super clear because they want the scorers to get it right, and sometimes takes a couple tries. So they come up and they're like, no, it was blah 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 scoring assisted by blah, and like they for everything. So it's really helpful to be right there because I always get everything right basically, or except for when they get it wrong sometimes. I'm like, no, that's just not true. If I was sitting up there, I would never know who assisted on goals because I would forget pretty much every time. Other than that, I like to have the occasional, you want to fucking go when we get out, bud? Make its way on the broadcast, and guys calling each other ugly hamburger faces.
Canadian stuff.
Things like that. You know, it is sort of, yeah, Canadian stuff. They're not, the players, I mean, aren't like necessarily that much more Canadian than I would say the population of our school and Bellingham in general. But
Hella Canadian.
no, but yeah, it's hockey. It's a northern thing. I wouldn't say Canadian. It's northern. BC isn't even really Canada.
It is. By definition.
But southern BC.
Canada.
But southern BC is Vancouver. The first people I met from Vancouver, BC in my life didn't know how many Canadian provinces there were.
That's silly.
They got in an argument about it, a basketball team. The all BC province basketball team.
I think there's 13, Walk.
There are.
Yeah.
That's what I said. And then they got in an argument about it. And one kid said, "You're all idiots. There are 13," because no one had gotten it right.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah. Oh, I know I know the whole thing. It's a shame. It really
Watching
is.
hockey.
They don't play it. Yeah, exactly. They don't play it at the Western games because,
Not
American
Canada.
schools, and we're in America. But
They should play the Canadian national hockey or national anthem before every hockey game in the world.
it does. I'm not going to lie to you. It feels appropriate, especially because when that's like, it's so nice. You go to the hockey game, and the anthem always feels tedious to me. But when you go see a hockey game and there's a Canadian team and they say, "Rise for the singing of our national anthems," I just feel like it's so welcoming. Like, yeah, dude, let's sing our national anthems together for sure.
Together is one.
And I usually sing the Canadian one, somewhat mockingly, I guess. And I don't sing the American one because do I look like one of those guys?
Troops? Do you take a knee?
Are you a singing the anthem out
Do
loud
you
in the
take a
stadium?
knee?
Are you a singing an anthem out loud in the stadium type of guy?
I'm a crying, pouring snot,
I can't sing because I cry too
Yelling.
hard during the anthem, so no.
having flashbacks.
I remember the first time I saw the Patriots and they lost to the Seahawks. They sang the anthem that day.
They sing the anthem every day, Walk.
I know. That's why I cry every day.
Every time I hear the national anthem.
I forgot hockey, I guess, whatever.
Back to basketball.
Yeah, is there any other NBA stuff to... The Warriors equipment guy got a ring. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, shout out Warriors equipment guy. He looked pretty stoked.
Wish we remember your name. Been working there for 32 years.
Yep.
That's pretty,
Hardcore.
I mean, most of those guys who got their rings are younger than that.
Looks like we're going into extras here.
It does have that appearance. We are bottom 9 right now with 2 outs and bases empty.
Indeed, Walk.
So, yeah, more baseball, Jeremy.
I bet those LA fans start filing out because they're wieners.
They certainly are wieners, Jeremy, and I wouldn't be surprised if they start filing out.
Go Braun.
Yep.
Might go see a Lakers game.
Yeah, that would, we should. I do think it would be fun to do a podcast from one of those games. No, we could do it. We might have to use or get a some kind of like portable recorder thing.
Phones.
Or just use our phones. Honestly, Jeremy, we could sync the phones by just like tapping them together. And then just each use our phone as our own mic and put the audio tracks in stereo like we do regularly.
There we go.
That would work. Or we could each bring a mic in our pocket and a super short cord and get a little portable recorder thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We gotta make it to the game first, Walk.
That's
you coming
true.
to Portland?
Possibly. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I need to come up with another.
Wong's down. Okay. Walker's down.
I need to come up with another excuse.
Portland party.
Like. Especially if we're only going to Portland for a day. I might need to like.
Portland party. A day, and we'd probably stay that night. We don't really need to discuss this on the podcast.
That's true. The point is that we would get to see LeBron in real life, and that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Before he leaves us.
And he's good. And we could see Lonzo, dude.
Triple B's, I'm the man.
What you rocking, CO2s?
It would be hilarious to see Lonzo ball in real life. Like, I would just laugh the whole game.
I'd imagine seeing LeBron would be like my equivalent, like the most like whoa, like famous person was when I saw Tiger with my eyes. And LeBron might even like be more than that because he's LeBron.
Yeah, seeing Kobe in real life was like the most I've ever felt like I was in a video game.
I saw Kobe when I was young. The last ever Sonics game I went to, Kobe got ejected on 2 technicals.
Nice.
It was nice. I cheered.
Cool. Yeah, I would have cheered as well. I definitely cheered against Kobe the game that I saw him for about half the game. And then towards the end, I got so sick of the Blazers fans and the Lakers fans that Kobe was the only thing I was cheering for. Dude, he was I mean, it was like a totally, in retrospect, like a totally regular Kobe game. Like I could like probably go and find out and tell you which one it was, but like he just had like 35 points or something on like a bunch of mid-range jumpers and free throws, and like it was the most dominant thing I've ever seen live in sports for sure. Like as soon in the second, and I do think he scored like. Actually, that's not true because I watched Yao Ming like F the Blazers up one time. But I'm pretty sure Kobe scored like 20 of his points in the second half. Oh, I did see Dwight Howard do that to the Blazers too.
Walks bad luck for the Blazers.
I do root like.
How many Blazers games have you been to?
Quite a few. I don't know.
I've never been to a Blazers game.
Really?
I haven't been to an NBA game in 11 years.
I used to go to Blazers, like, not necessarily one a year, but sometimes 2 a year, sometimes 1 a year.
Yeah.
Just, whenever I had opportunity or friends were going or could get a line on ticket.
Yep. Yeah, I haven't been since the Sonics left, so it'd be cool. And I'd get to see Braun.
That would be pretty cool. I'm down. I might go see the Celtics play them this year.
In Portland?
Yeah.
Word.
Depending on how cheap it is. But I also, I mean, again, this really isn't necessarily a podcast topic. Other than potentially a preview. Maybe we will do a live podcast from a sporting event. Let's go to a high school football game and just
see home high.
Bring our full sale pilsners.
We're live covering the see home high football game. We don't know any of the players. Don't know the records of the teams. Don't know anything.
Jake Locker is the offensive coordinator for Linden.
Really? That's funny.
Yeah.
He would live in Linden.
Let's go interview him for the podcast at a game. He'd be so mad.
Jake Locker, do you have a moment to speak with the local media?
Hey, Jake, Walker Saquon, Throwing from the One podcast. I was just wondering if you had a minute to talk about your failed NFL career.
Why do you think you sucked so bad?
Yeah, so Jake, I just need to comment on your failure as an NFL quarterback and inability to live up to the hype really at Washington and your ability overall.
How does it feel to be a Jake who got passed by another Jake in all the record books?
Jake, do you feel Washington recruited you specifically because of your name, Jake?
Are you Jake 2 now? Jake 2?
I believe he would be Jake 1.
No, because he's inferior.
He's still Jake 1. This is Jake Mark 2.
Jake Mark 2.
Jake Mark 2.
Beep boop.
My name is Jake Mark 2.
I have no arm. Someone give me strength.
Does he really not?
Yeah. No. I literally, I can't even, there's not a quarterback in the NFL that has anywhere close to as bad of arm strength as him.
Well, most NFL guys are pretty functional in that department. How many NFL guys are there that can't really throw?
Well, just like there's guys who don't have a lot of zip on it. I would say he's comparable to last year Peyton Manning.
Yeah. Throwing rubber chickens out there instead of footballs.
Or some of those like Andrew Luck heaves where he doesn't get too much on it.
He's not looking good right now in the arm strength department.
He's putting up lots and lots of points. I mean, it's really it's hard to say how well
Fantasy
he's doing.
Points?
Well,
Or
and
real points?
Points, but it's hard to say because he's just like his defense is giving up so many points that he's kind of in like garbage time basically the whole game because his defense is so bad. So he throws up 24 and like 3 touchdowns, but like he lost 24-40.
I haven't been that impressed by what I've seen. On the points topic though, would you like to get a fantasy update in from this week? There is actually, I mean, whether you want to do a fantasy like who was good, who you need to pick up or whatever, I don't know, fantasy stuff, or just like updates on the local leagues, all the hijinks with Devontae Adams. I'm sure that's relatable to people who play fantasy because he went off.
Yeah, Sean almost came back, all thanks to Devontae Adams.
Oh, nice grab.
And that last meaningless goal line fade almost did it for him.
Which Bellinger is that? Kyle? Cody. Nice grab.
Jay beat me, which makes me sad.
Friend of the podcast, Jay Lee.
Taha is 6-0, which makes me sad.
Beep, boop, bop.
Let's see, any good waiver pickups this week?
Tevin Coleman.
Well, Tevin Coleman's already on teams, but Ito Smith, now the Falcons' second running back.
Ito Smith.
Oh,
he's the one who's literally named after Lance Ito.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was born during the OJ trial. And he's named after Lance Ito.
That's clowning.
It is. It's hilarious.
Let's see. If Austin Eckler's not already picked up, I would pick up Austin Eckler.
Wait, Eckler? Isn't that the Seahawks tight end?
No.
Wait, who's Austin Eckler?
He's the Chargers' number 2 back.
Oh. What's the Seahawks tight end?
Nick Vanette.
That might be it.
He's the tall pass catching one that doesn't catch passes.
Can't. Yes, that's who I was thinking about. I was confused. I was like, wait, the useless one?
Yeah, the useless one.
All right, no.
That should be his official nickname.
Why would you pick
Nick
up?
the useless one, Vanette.
Isn't Melvin Gordon going boss mode right now, though?
Yeah, but Austin Eckler is still getting like maybe a touchdown and like 60 yards in the screen game. And
how
like,
much work is there for Chargers running backs?
Putting in work, Rihanna level work.
Work.
Anything else fancy wise I can think of?
Mouth noises.
I think that's it.
Well, it is worth mentioning, I think, again, that Jason Tatum is still only 20 years old.
He is only 20.
And Tom Brady does kiss his sons on the mouth.
Oh, so hard.
Which is totally normal. But I think that's...
I'll kiss all our listeners on the mouth.
Probably where we're going to call it a night, as a matter of fact. With a big old kiss for every one of you on the mouth. Thanks for tuning in again, guys.